So, hi Maria Jose.
Hi.
Tell me why you're here today.
Well, I'm here because 1 month ago my grandmother passed away, and I haven't been able to cope with life in general. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm seeking help because I'm worried about my well-being.
Okay, so you're telling me your grandmother died about a month ago and you're seeking help now because you're worried about your overall well-being?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would say.
Okay. So, give me examples of what overall well-being is to you.
Well, well-being is being productive. I don't know, active as well in life, doing things that makes you feel fulfilled and happy. But nowadays I have the feeling that I haven't been able to do so. Like, I really have a lot of problems to cope with my routine that I had before this situation happened.
Okay.
Going to university, concentrating myself in the classes and in the content of the classes. Um, I've been super emotional lately, like crying a lot, and also like I haven't had like a lot of support from my friends, but not because they are mean or anything, but because I've put like a barrier between myself and the reality that I used to have.
Okay.
And I recognize that I've been doing that, but I don't know how to stop. Like, I don't know how to stop feeling this way.
Okay, so you're telling me that probably your overall well-being is be able to achieve things and like doing things right, but lately you've been having problems with your routine, concentrating in classes in university,
Yeah.
with the content. You've been putting up sort of barriers with your friends.
Right.
That it's not necessarily them not trying to help you, but from
Yeah.
what I'm understanding is that you're not wanting to receive that support from them.
Yeah. And what else can I say? Like, for me, also, well being is enjoying life.
Okay.
Like, have this feeling that you're actually taking advantage of all the situations that are happening around you, and that, like, even though, like, there's some, like, particularly problems, like, one gets, like, to overcome those problems, you know, that's for me well being. But I haven't been able to overcome this. I know that it's only 1 month, but I see like my other cousins and the other family like feel like really more chilled, and I don't know why I'm behaving this way.
Okay, so you're telling me that you kind of don't understand how the rest of your family has been able to kind of move on and keep with their lives, and why this
Yeah.
has been particularly hard for you.
Right, exactly what I told you. Yeah.
Okay, so you were talking about before how you've been having trouble in university with concentrating and everything, so tell me more about that.
For example, if I go to a class, it's like I see what's happening, but like none of the information gets stuck in my memory.
Okay.
Like, it's like if I would have like a very very short term memory, um, or like attention span deficit. I don't know, but it's like everything or all the information that I get from the classes disappear, like when I go out from the classroom.
Okay.
But it's because I have like this I don't know, thought carousel, like I
Okay.
don't know, you know, like I'm thinking, overthinking about the same thing.
Okay, so you're telling me you're going to class and you're there, but everything that's being taught to you, like you're not being able to store, like it would be like you're having a short-term memory,
Right.
and that you're like overthinking things and that your thoughts are going round and round, sort of like a carousel.
Right.
Okay, and tell me more about how has been your social life.
Well, since this has been really hard for me to really share this with people, like I don't feel like telling to everyone like, hey, I'm like this because my grandmother died. It's like I don't want them to feel pity about myself or being like, oh, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want them to feel that they need to be sad because of what's happening to me.
Okay.
So that's why I've been avoiding them.
Okay, so you've been avoiding kind of social situations because you don't want people to feel sad for you
Yeah.
about the fact that your grandmother died.
Right. That's what I've been doing. And now it's like kind of when I say that in words sounds like really stupid actually.
Okay,
uh,
stupid.
yeah, like why would I do that? Like now that I'm telling you how I behave, I question myself why I'm actually behaving this way, why I'm reacting this way.
Okay. Okay, behaving how?
Like with this avoidant um, tendencies.
Okay. So you're like avoiding conversations or
Avoiding everything,
interactions or
everything. Also with my family, like I get to talk a little bit more because they understand the situation, they know what happened, but it's still, it's like I feel that a huge part of my life was took from me.
okay. A huge part how?
Because I used to spend so much time with my grandmother. There's like a hollow now in my life.
Okay.
So that's all.
Okay, so your grandma was like this very big part of your life. So now
Right.
that she's gone, you feel like sort of like something's missing.
Yeah, I
from
grew
what I'm
up with
understanding.
her. Yeah, she raised me because my parents all they had to go to work, and I didn't have any other place to go after school, so I went to my grandmother's house. And now it's like, and from now, and before she died, like from time to time, I used to visit her as well.
Okay.
And I feel like there's something missing.
Okay, so it sounds to me sort of like she was a second mother to you. Like
Yeah, of course.
she raised you.
Always supporting me. Yeah.
Okay, so she was like that one person. Like it sounds to me like that was always in your corner. Like kind of always had your back. Was there for you.
Mhm.
You enjoyed spending a lot of time with her. And now that she's gone, you're kind of having trouble adapting to life without her.
Yeah, kind of like that. Mhm.
Okay. And tell me about the interaction you've kind of had with your family after this, with your parents.
Well, they have been very supportive as well, like, and they are suffering as much as I do.
Okay.
So, like, we are all trying to overcome the situation together, and that's a reason why I'm also here. They are also going to some therapists,
Okay.
and we're as a family trying to move on or like overcome like the situation.
Okay.
But still, it's like really hard for us. Like we all have different reactions. We all have different ways to perceive what's happening. So I think for me, it is more obvious, like because of this behavior interactions that I've been developing. But we are all very hurt.
Okay. Hurt how? Give me examples of how you feel is hurt.
It's like when you have like a physical hurt, but in your heart, in your soul, something like that. Like really, like if you have had fall or you had any accident or anything, but inside of you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it feels for me.
So you're telling me it feels like sort of like this physical pain?
Yeah, but inside, like in my soul, like if my soul had an accident or something like that. I don't know if it does make sense, but that's how I feel.
Okay, so you're telling me you feel very hurt, like something very physical, something very big.
Yeah.
In your soul.
Huge, and I really don't know how to react. I think I need some strategies, some skills to cope with this, because I really don't have the resources to confront this kind of situations. The first time that I lose someone.
So you're talking about how you need skills and kind of work to be able to cope with this loss.
Yeah.
So tell me, how would you like to be able to cope with this?
That's hard. That's why I'm here, because I have no idea.
Okay, so think a little bit about how would you like to be able to cope with this?
Well, the best situation in which I would like to be in will be like more social, like being able to share what's happening to my friend, to communicate better.
Okay.
Yeah, because the pain probably won't go away. I feel that it's normal that I feel this way, but the way in which I'm taking the whole situation, it's the wrong way of doing it.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you're not dealing with this in the best way.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with this in the best way.
Okay.
That's exactly what I meant. Mm-hmm.
And you would like to kind of be more social, be able to communicate better
Yeah.
with other people about your situation, why you're feeling the way
Yeah.
you are.
Because people can't read minds and they don't know what I'm going through, and they can be imagining like a lot of things, and they may be also getting hurt because of my behavior, and that's something that I won't really like to do.
Okay. So why do you feel like your behavior could probably be hurting others?
Because just imagine like you're a very close friend with someone, like one day like having fun and being like really really like close, and then the other day just like you don't even say hello to that person, and they're like, what the fuck is happening, you know, like why does this suddenly change? There's no explanation. There's like super confused, and I'm also not willing to do this to give this explanation to them. So when I put myself in their shoes, it's like terrible.
Okay. So we were talking first when we started talking, you were telling me how your friends haven't necessarily been mean, but basically it's because you've been putting this barrier up between you and them because you weren't feeling like you wanted to communicate with them what was going on in your life, how this
Right.
loss has kind of been affecting you. But it sounds to me like you do recognize that one way in which you could cope with this a little better would be with the support from your friends. So you kind of want to communicate with them a little bit better about your situation, how you're feeling, why you've been behaving the way you have been with them.
Right.
Okay. And family-wise, how do you think you should cope?
I think I've been coping pretty good with my family. I don't think like we have to immediately change something. I think this is a process for all of us, and we are going through the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about immediate changes, but what changes do you feel eventually should be made?
Well, eventually, like maybe try to change our perception. Like there was
Okay.
something like there is something inevitable in our lives that is death. Like we
Okay.
will die. We don't know when or how, but it will happen. That's something that we know for sure. So we knew that would happen to my grandmother. Also
Okay.
because of her age, she was the most likely to pass away. So maybe change our perception and not be like, oh, we're victims of what is happening, but like, yeah, that was something that had to happen. We're sad, but that's how life works.
Okay, so you're telling me that one change that eventually should come in your family is like change the perception that I'm sad she died too. So like this is something inevitable, like it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, like we weren't prepared, but well, yeah, because of her age, we knew that would happen like eventually, as you said. Because it's different if like a children of 2 or 3 years old die suddenly, you really had no expectations about it. I think that's pretty worst. But in the case of my grandma, she was kind of sick and she had 80 years old, so we saw it happening, but we didn't really want to accept it.
Okay, so you're telling me you kind of knew this was gonna happen. You saw, like maybe she was like pretty, like maybe this is going to happen soon. But still, when it did happen, you weren't necessarily prepared for it at that moment.
We're never prepared, you know. Like we always know somehow that these kind of things could happen, but as human beings, we're never prepared for the time when this will actually happen.
Okay. So you feel like everybody kind of knows death is imminent. As humans, everybody knows like at one point you're gonna die. Probably that's the one sure thing we know in life.
Yeah, but we're never prepared for confronting that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking about confronting death. What do you mean by that?
Move on. Overcome. Cope.
Okay. So you feel like after an important loss in this case, you have to eventually move on?
Yeah, like it sounds, I don't want to put it like in a mean way. It's not like I will forget about my grandma and be like, yeah, nothing happened. No, but it's more about, okay, now I can't change anything. there's nothing in my power that can bring my grandmother back.
Okay.
So the only way to continue living my life is actually living my life
Okay.
and getting used to the new reality that I have to face.
Okay, so you're telling me that you know you need to move on. You know you need to have
Yeah.
move on with this new reality without your grandmother, like that you don't want to sound mean by saying like, oh yeah, death is imminent, we kind of just have to move on.
Yeah.
But
Just I don't know how. Like I know where's the goal. I know which path I should take. Or no, I know which is the mountain I want to reach.
Okay.
But there are different paths to get to that mountain. I don't know which path would be
Okay.
better for me to take.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you're kind of confused or indecisive about the fact of
Yeah.
how I gonna reach this point in which I'm okay.
Yeah, because like it's at the moment in which I have this strange behavior with friends or family or with persons in my life, if it's like my whole inside or everything that I'm telling you would go off
Okay.
and just like disappear. And then I do this erratic or have this erratic behavior with people. And then afterwards I feel guilty because I know that it wasn't the best reaction.
Okay, guilty.
Yeah, because not saying hello to one of my friends or something and seeing in their faces that they're actually very worried about me makes me feel guilty because I know that I'm making them suffer.
Okay.
And I don't want that. I genuinely don't want to do that, but I don't know how to control myself.
Well, okay, so you're telling me how you feel like kind of guilty because of your behavior towards your friends, that you know it sounds to me that it's not okay, and you are aware of the fact that maybe it's like hurting them and it's not something you want to do, but still it's kind of inevitable the way you've been behaving towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you. I think this is a good place to pick up next time.
Okay.